But what's up? What's going on, GC champions? Can you actually drop some threes, right? If you guys are ready for this trading Tuesday, because like I said earlier, right, seconds ago, that this is actually a call that we do every single Tuesday where we heavily focus on the investing side of what we do with our platform with iGenius, and of course with our organization, GC Champions. And to be honest with you, right, this is why I show so much gratitude to the leaders and to the top leaders of our organization, right, for always giving us the most value, and of course setting these calls up for us to get the most of what we have with the platform. So actually, drop how long have you guys been with iGenius? Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. I just want to know. Okay, but let me while you guys are dropping that, let me shout out some people that have their cameras on, because we are a family here and opening your camera is really a big thing. So I want to shout you guys out, right? Shout out to Megan. I see you. Let's go. How are you, boss? Hope all is well. What's up, my guy, Ibrahim? Hey, let's go. Looking good, my brother. What's up, iPhone? I think you're driving, but I don't want to, you know, it's okay, right? Hope all is well. What's up, Anna? Hope all is well. Hope you're having an amazing day. Let's go. Okay, let me just read this. 4 days. Oh, about 4 days. Welcome. 4 days. Wow. 9 months, 4 months. That's what's up, right? 7 months. Hey, my guy Olivier. What's up? All the way from Mauritius, right? Let's go. Okay. All right. So today, right, like I said, I have somebody that's actually hosting this with me, which is going to be a surprise later, right after I'm done my part, right? You guys are going to be like, whoa, like, he actually hopped on his call because he actually prepared something for you guys that will surely help you when it comes to the investing space or the investing side of things and what we do. So now what I'm gonna be showing you guys is how to utilize a specific website that can actually help you level up your trading skill, which is by using TradingView. So let me just share my screen right now. Let me see if you guys, for the people that have their cameras on, just show me a thumbs up if you guys can see. Right, we're good. All right, cool. So basically, right, if you actually want to, you know, drop the markets, look at how the market is doing, you know, look where the Bitcoin is going. Is it going to go down? Is it going to go up? There's actually a website that you guys can use and utilize to kind of see, right, and examine the whole market or the movement of Bitcoin, which is tradingview.com. So actually, TradingView is a website that lets you draw on the markets and helps you, right, create some type of prediction for yourself by, you know, showing you the market of what's happening. So let me just, you know, go over this website. So as you guys know, it's tradingview.com, right? You guys can write it down in your notes, right? Tradingview.com, and then from there you can search any specific market that or currencies, you know, stocks, futures, cryptocurrencies. You guys can search it in here, right? So quickly, an example, right? Just an example. I will be going over to Bitcoin, right? So just by the way, when you go to the symbols, you guys can see stocks like Apple, right? Amazon, right? Metaverse, as you guys can see, Netflix, and then you also have some futures in here. You guys see index, right? And then the Forex market, of course, Forex currencies. You guys can see that here, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, Solana, all of that in indices, right? And so on and so forth, right? So now let's look at Bitcoin USDT. So once you guys actually pick a currency or any specific, like I said, currency that you guys want to look at, you guys just have to click launch the chart, or just eventually just click the specific currency that you guys want to look at. So now this is what you are going to be seeing right after you click that one. Okay, makes sense? So now on the top part is, as you guys can see, this is where you can actually, you know, switch another currencies that you guys want to look at. Maybe, hey, you want to look at Ethereum, then you just have to search it up and then click it, and then it'll change it to the Ethereum chart, right? And then on the top part, as you guys can see, this is actually what we call the time frames of the market. So this time frame, by the way, it actually represents each candle or each green or red that you guys see in the chart. Okay, so just an example, this red is actually an hour time frame. Okay, so what happened in that specific 1 hour, this is the candle that shows you. So this is where you guys can see the time frame. And then on the top, this is where you can actually change what your candles can look like. So some people actually like it, you know, just lines like this, right? But for me, I don't really like it that way. Depending on what you, and actually which one is more easier for you to identify, right? You guys can pick which one works for you, right? But for me, you know, it's always been the candles. It's the easiest one to actually read. And then indicators is more into the advanced strategies that you guys can actually use, depending on which indicators you guys want to put into your trading strategy, right? And then from there, on the left part, right? Can you guys see it? Right? You guys can still see it. Okay, on the left part, you guys have this kind of cursor, right? You guys can pick on that. And then you have these trend lines where you guys can actually draw up into your charts, right? To kind of see where the market is going, right? That's where you guys see that and draw lines and trend lines. And then on the other side, here are more advanced indicators that you guys can, you know, use in your trading strategy. Some shapes that you guys can use, text, right? Price label, price note, and more of the advanced waves that you guys can see it here, and so on and so forth, right? All that in here as well. Okay, let me just remove that. Okay, good. And then on the right, you guys can see it here is the prices, right? The price and some news as well. Let me just make sure that I can actually make it bigger, right? So you guys can actually put different currencies up into your watch list. So meaning that you guys can basically put Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's just say if you are looking for USD against the Canadian dollar to see how well it's doing, you guys can actually put it into your watch list. So right when you guys open your charts, or right when you open your trading view, you guys can see your watches or the things that you are actually heavily focused on looking at the movements, right? You guys can put that on the watch list as well. And then the bottom, you guys also have different comments from other traders to kind of see what's going on and what their opinions, right? Depending on which market you guys are looking at. Some of them actually share their analysis to people, right? As you guys can see. And by the way that they actually send those pictures, you guys can also take a picture of your own, right? You guys can save your chart image. There you go. So now that's pretty much it for the trading view, right? But now I want to show you guys a little, right? Let me just make it little, right? Little trends in the market. So there's actually 3 ways that the market moves. Let me just click the text. So here, I'm gonna put it here. There's 3 ways the market moves, okay? So number 1 is the uptrend, whereas the movement of the market goes up. Of course, it's an uptrend. Now, the second one is the downtrend. Now, the third one is the side trend, or what I call basically the side market. So now, let me show you guys what those 3 looks like, right? So basically, as you guys can see here, let me just put up the shape. This one, rectangle, right? Let me know if you guys can see it. Drop a 3 if you guys are still following with me. And to the people that have their cameras on, give me a thumbs up. All right, good. All right, let's go. Okay, there you go. You guys are still following. Right, so basically what I have here in the rectangle part, right? This is what you actually call a downtrend, right? Why and how is that a downtrend? Because as you guys will see where the market is going, each level that these candlesticks or these candles or these green and red things that you guys see in front of your screen, right? Each area that this candle stays, it eventually breaks down even lower, right? Breaks down even lower. So I actually have a YouTube video in the GC Champions. So I just want to plug that in. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the GC Champions channel, because I actually went deep into how you guys can actually identify the downtrends, right? And uptrend and even side trends, right? So like I said, when it comes to the downtrend, each area that these candlesticks stays, eventually another area gets broken up or it goes lower. So that's how basically it became a downtrend. Now, of course, the opposite way of the downtrend is an uptrend. So let me just go back. Right. Okay. There you go. So right before the actual downtrend, there was an uptrend market. So as you guys can see here, like I said, while these candlesticks stays for a bit, eventually another area, specific area gets broken out, and then there is new candles that goes up and breaks another area, and that's how you pretty much determine that it became an uptrend, right? So that's basically an uptrend. And now I'm going to show you guys what a side market looks like. Okay, see. Okay, here. Okay, so this can actually be a side market or a side trend is what I call it, right? So this one from here up to this part. Why did I call that a side trend? Is because there is actually no confirmations on where the market is actually gonna go, right? So from this part of the market up to here, you guys didn't see any specific area gets broken out, right? Or goes lower, like these candlesticks even went lower, because from here, it went up from above here and then goes down a little bit, keeps bouncing with no sudden confirmation on where the market is actually gonna move, right? So that is actually what a side trend or a side market looks like. So that was pretty short for me, right? That's pretty it for me. So drop a 3 if you guys actually learned a thing or two. I know it wasn't really full detailed. That's why I plugged in the GC Champion channel, because I have somebody with me, right? Special host for today, right? Special host for today. So drop some 3s if you guys are ready for that special host that I'm talking about, because he actually prepared something for all of us, right? 20 people up in this Zoom call. I need some energy. I need some energy. So like I said, this special host actually helped thousands of people globally. Actually, not even like probably almost into like the 100,000s, right? Business globally, different countries, all over the world, help people, see some success, right? See some massive success in the trading space, investing space, and also the business side of the platform. So, right, see, Zeke, I like Zeke's energy on a Tuesday, not on a Tuesday, right? So let me not waste any more time. So let me actually introduce the special host for today, our Diamond Ambassador, Christian Perez. Broski, the sauce.
Yo.
Let's go.
What's up? Hey team, how we doing? Man, I swear I was excited for this special guest. Like with how Daniel was edifying. I'm like, I forgot it was even me. Team, that was awesome. Let's drop some fire in the chat for Daniel, because he just shared a lot of stuff. And I think a big reason why Daniel was telling y'all to share some excitement is because today I'm actually going into some training on Forex that I haven't done in a long time. Because I'm actually going to go into technicals. I'm going to go into how I was able to build a really, really big Forex trading account in my first year, actually. For those of you that know me really well, you know that I don't day trade as much anymore. And the reason why is because all my investments are very much set up in a passive way. I think that's ultimately what we all want. We don't want to be in a position where we have to, spend a lot of time, because for me, trading time for money at a job is one thing. Obviously doing that trading is, so much better because you can do it wherever you want. But I didn't want to waste any time in general. So that's why I'm set up the way I am, which is why I haven't done a training on technical analysis, on chart patterns, on how to identify certain structures. We know that structure leaves clue in the Forex market and in the charts, and I'm going to go over some of that today. And I mean, if you have to have a little bit of an understanding of the market to understand what I'm going to be talking about today, but I hope that you guys really learn, but you're going to have to take notes. This is not something you will remember. You can try your best. This is recorded, I believe. So if you can, if it's available, I know some of you are outside, grinding, you're working and you're driving or you're wherever you are. I see Megan's out there too. Megan's here in Toronto. We got Tay. What's up, man? Hussein. I think it's Nikki, right? On in the car. Ibrahim. What's up? We got Olivier, Zeke, and we got a lot of people in here. So what I'm going to be doing today, like I said, is technical analysis. So you got to understand that if you want to trade and invest in the Forex market, everything I'm going to share today is really important and really key. But the thing is, you will not make a lot of money in this market if you trade off emotion. That's a whole different trading, though. We're not going to do that today. I have a mindset trading on the markets that we did a few weeks ago. So I'm going to share my screen over here. I'm just going to join in on the Zoom on my other account. And I'm going to share and show you a few trading chart patterns that you can identify starting today to actually help you make some money in the market. So there's going to be 3 of them that I'm going to share, and I'm going to show you on the live market right now because you know that the market is open. Team, when is the market open? When's the Forex market open? Do you guys know? Y'all do your work in the university? When is it open? Drop in the chat. I want to hear some new people. No one knows? Oh man, that's a bad sign. Zeke is no, sorry, that wasn't Zeke. Daniel answered. I hope the host knows. Definitely. Okay, well, Sunday 5 p.m. closes at Friday 5 p.m. If you don't know that and you're wondering why your trades aren't going through on a weekend, that's your answer. Okay, the market is not open 24/7, it's open 24/5. So first thing we're going to get into, I'm going to share my screen over here on the markets. We're going to go into trading view and we're going to dive into some technical analysis here. If you've gone into the university, you might, and if you got into the intermediate and advanced section, you might have seen this. If you haven't, don't worry, because I'm going to go over it and we're going to identify some chart patterns. So there's a lot of them. So I'm going to pull up this picture over here. Okay. Oh, this is cool. I like this. Okay, so we're going to share the screen. Y'all let me know if you can see it. We should be good. All right. So this is the chart that we have over here. It's all set up and we've identified one structure. But before I go into that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you. If you are not familiar with trading chart patterns, if you go on Google, you could actually find a lot of them. I like this one. Amazon. I actually saw this preparing for the training. I'm like, which pattern should I pick? And I actually want to buy this for my room, not gonna lie. So you can go on Google and find a whole bunch of different chart patterns. There's candle patterns, but I'm going into more of the we're not going into candles today. So let's do this one. Why not? Oh, I remember this one. This one's good. How can we do this? Open image in new tab. Okay, so you should be able to see that. And what this is a variety of different patterns that you're going to find in the chart. So these lines don't look like anything you've probably seen, but these represent certain shapes, okay? When you are trading, one of the best ways to find a trend is to find these patterns. Because as much as you think the charts are very random, they're actually not. I said earlier, structure leaves clues, right? So the structure of the market will indicate what direction it's headed. Let me give you a good example. If any of y'all had a girlfriend or boyfriend that has a really bad habit that you didn't like, can they change it? Yeah, probably. But what's gonna happen most of the time? They're gonna revert to their old habits, right? Can you train, let's say, an old dog to do tricks? You know how they say that? Can you train an old dog to do tricks? It's kind of hard. There's a chance that they can, but for the most part, the trend will continue that you can teach an old dog new tricks. So what am I trying to say with this? Is that in the Forex market, the market moves a certain way. And we know that based on the trends, they will always head in the same direction. Not always, but most of the time. So we can get a good indication of the market by looking at history, right? I can determine the actions of someone by their past. I can determine the structure of the Forex market from its past. So if I see any of these patterns, I know exactly where it's headed, okay? So here you can see continuation, chart patterns, continuation, reversal. So Some of these are bearish patterns, some of these are bullish. The difference between a bearish market and a bullish market is the direction it's headed. So a bearish market means that the market is moving on the way down. All right, you can see it's descending over here. In this example, it's also moving down, right? These are bearish. This whole column over here, this left one, is an example of 4 bearish trends. On the second column we see here, these are all bullish trends. Bullish means it's moving on the way up, which we probably enter buy trades for, right? So we look at this: ascending triangle, bullish flag, bullish wedge, symmetrical triangle. Reversals are when the market reverses. So the market can go in one direction, and then there's a good indication that the market's going to reverse when you see this one thing. And there's 4 of them over here. Another reversal pattern, but on the way up. So you guys get what I'm saying? There's bearish, which you can see, if you haven't noticed already, is the red ones, right? So the market going on the way down is the red ones. The market going on the way up, the green ones, are bullish patterns, okay? So if I'm going to look and enter a trade, which, by the way, you don't have to worry about because we have our experts that send the alerts. But if you want to learn how to trade by yourself, then this is what you'd be looking for. All right? So I'm going to take a few of these examples and I'm going to find them in the real market right now. Okay, and we'll look at the past and see if it came true. Okay, so if I go here, I found one in advance already for you. And for anyone that was really paying attention, if you saw any of the patterns there, then you know what this is. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. Who knows what this pattern is? Let me go back on the thing. What does this look like? First of all, identify which way it's going, right? Is it on the way down, on the way up? It's a reversal. Yep, it is. Which of the reversals is it? Tilly said double. Yeah, double bottom. It's a double bottom. So you can see this, right? They're never going to look as perfect as this, by the way. You'll never find it. Like, it's really hard in the market to find something perfect. Think of these charts as like the Instagram versus real life, right? This is what you see on Instagram. Real life is not actually as pretty. So the y'all don't attack me, please. So I'm getting private messages now. So look, the double bottom, obviously it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty much there. So if I were to add a line of support and resistance, so if you've done your homework, right, you might understand what that is. For the most part, they're on the same point. So I can say, you know what, this looks like a pretty decent double bottom. And I'm also going to look at, they show you over here. Or is it over here? The line of the W, like in the middle. That's your entry, and your stop loss is at the bottom. So what I put right now is my stop loss. My entry is going to be over here at the line of the wick of this W, pretty much. Another way you could look at this, let me delete the box here. Does it let me delete it? Let's see. Okay, yeah. So clearly you can see that this market is obviously moving on the way up. This is a bullish pattern, bullish reversal pattern. So my entry is going to be at this point over here, right? My stop loss would be here. So once it breaks this level, I'm going to be looking for the entry. Okay. Obviously, this isn't happen. I mean, this is the past, right? This was when? June. This was in June. It's one of the best examples I could find. So you know that if you want to enter a trade yourself, you're going to enter the stop loss at the lowest point over here on structure. You could put it on a wick. I wouldn't suggest to put it on a wick, but you'd put it on structure. And over here, I mean, I'd probably put this on a wick. That's just me personally. Some people choose to put it on the candle. Some people put it on the wick. This is how I set it up. Once it breaks this, I have my entry. I'm entering my trade at, what's this price, team? 137.76 on the right side. You can see that? 137.6 on the right side. That'd be the entry price. My stop loss would be 137.454, which I can see over here. And obviously my entry price was at 137.76, like I said. And we would set up for a buy. And you can see here, if we set our take profits properly, we would have made some money. So was this pattern accurate? Yes, it was. Because I would have looked at this and seen these two bottoms and I would have entered a buy trade once it broke this level. Okay. And once it breaks this level, you can see it does kind of go in the negative for a little bit, but not for long. Kept shooting up or shooting up. So if I entered my take profits for 20 pips, right? 50 pips, how many would I have caught at this point if I played it safe? Let's change the color of this. Here. Let's change the color to blue. If I caught this trade, let's set a long position over here. My target was all the way up. This is in a perfect world, by the way. Your target's never going to be exactly where it levels off. And my stop loss is over here. I know that my stop loss is around 30 pips. Guys, that's a pretty clean stop loss, right? Pretty nice, not too big. You're only losing 30 pips. And my take profit is around 47. Let's just say 45. Let's drop it over here. So my risk to reward, I'm actually in the positive. I'm really good taking this trade right now if I want to, right? Because my potential take profit is higher than my stop loss. That's what I usually recommend. If you're trading on your own, you should set the stop losses not much higher, unless I guess you're really going into swing trading. But when you identify patterns, obviously you got to know how to trade these patterns. So this is a good example of how to do it. Does that make sense? I mean, by the way, if you haven't looked at the university and you haven't looked at this stuff, it won't make sense. So I'm talking to the people that actually looked at it. If you didn't, just let this be a good sign that you should probably look at the university and Market Pro to understand these things. Because if you have a basic knowledge from our tools in our university, then you would know what I'm talking about. If not, like I said, just take a look at it. So yeah, you see this, right? So double bottom, we're looking at it, bullish trend. I set up my alert at the entry price. I set my stop loss for the bottom and my take profit. I set different levels. I use a Fibonacci tool. I'm not going to get into that because then you guys are going to get really confused. Everyone has their own tools for using for setting take profits, but you guys can look at that in the university. But yeah, that's one of the patterns. We can try looking for a different one now. I'll look at I mean, like I said, they won't be as pretty. I was trying to look at the market earlier and it was looking pretty messed up, at least for this one. But we can try to find, since that was a reversal, let's try to find a continuation. Okay, so we can look at maybe a descending triangle or ascending triangle. We can look at some of the bearish flags. The flags and the wedges are usually the easiest to find, in my opinion. But let's try to find an easy flag, just so it's not too complicated. So let's go into here. Let's increase the time frame. I feel like we'll be better off increasing the time frame for this. Let's do 30 minutes. My laptop is like exploding. Okay. Oh, I can see. I can kind of see some big, like really, really, really big ones, but that's not what I'm looking for. Let's go a bit wider. Let's go to the hour chart. Personally, I like trading on the hour chart because I'm more of a swing trader when I do trade. Some people like scalping going on the minute charts. I personally am not a fan. That's just me though. Oh, guys, look, there's on a bigger chart, this would look like a double bottom. Somewhat, some of these, if I expand them, you can see the reversals happening. Or some of them are even diamond bottoms. Diamond bottoms, that's what this looks like more. It's like a double bottom, but it has a third thing. So you can see that reversal over there. Oh, I think I found one. Yep. Okay, I found one. So we found a bullish flag. Does anyone know where it is? Can y'all see it? It's a pretty good example of one. So let's look at what a bullish flag looks like. It's over here. Let me just let some people in. So if you're wondering, this is the thing we're looking at. So you can see where your stop loss is. You can see where your entry price is. We're going to go into that. Your take profit, you see the zone over there. We're going to go over here and we're going to find it. All right. So just to kind of make things a little bit easier so you can see them. That's kind of what you're looking for. It's not perfect. It's a decent example though. And here's exactly what's going on. You can see movement in here. I'm just going to go very simple and just do this. Okay. But in between, you could obviously see the chart moving. It moved down, then it moved up, then it moved down again. So here we go. Let me just spread this apart so it's easier to see. Okay. Y'all see what I'm seeing? See the bullish flag? We good? All right. So in this case, if the market is moving live, you wouldn't see this right side of the page. You'd only see this part. Okay. So I'm gonna remove the box now that you can see it. And I can see that the market's moved up. It's done somewhat of a reversal. It's kind of on a downtrend, but not really. And that's your indication of the flag, because now it's gone back up and it broke past, look, it broke past the diagonal that we've set, which is like these are support and resistance levels pretty much for that. Okay. So if I were to go like this, we're going to set those lines on this chart. Actually, we're not going to use that. Let's do this. Okay. And we're going to do another one over here. And let's delete this now. You guys see what I'm talking about? Now you have the flag. So now that the market has broken through this level, like I said, it's not perfect. I would hesitate trading this because it's not exactly like this. And a lot of the times it won't be, but you want to see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points where it's touching structure. Here we probably we don't have that on the same level as 1, 2, 3, I guess almost 4. So this is just a quick example for you guys to see. But now we would set our take profit, or sorry, our stop loss and our entry price, okay? So our entry price would be here where it's broken structure. And our stop loss would be pretty much there. Okay, now I have my 2 points defined. Now I can enter my trade. So we're going to enter a long position over here at the entry price. Now that it's broken it, I have my stop loss set. That's the wrong one. It's over here. I'm going to set it like this. We can see how many pips we caught over here and how many we can potentially lose. And you can see that the pips that you can gain over here, 77, and the stop loss is 43 pips. Does that look like a successful trade? Does, right? We won. But here's another lesson within the lesson, is that if you have an open take profit and it never stops, look what happened after. The market would have hit stop loss. See, look how it reversed afterwards. That's why you guys want to set some take profits. It's protection, right? So that this doesn't happen. Because if you wait too long, sometimes you fall asleep or you wait a couple days and you forget about your trade, it might end up hitting stop loss even though everyone else won. You know what I mean? So that's another good example of a trend that we've seen. So do you guys get the point? There are trends in the market and they predict pretty much everything that's going to happen. I could try to find another one. Like I said, they're pretty ugly right now. But I could try. Let's switch to a different currency. Which one do you guys want? Which currency pair do you want to see? Euro what? Gold? Oh man, gold. I looked at Euro USD. It's not looking too good. I couldn't find anything that great. Gold is gonna look really messed up. I mean, we can if you want, but it's a little bit of an exception. Whoops. It's a bit of an exception to the currencies because it's not a typical currency you'd expect. It's gold, right? It's more of an asset commodity. What's my battery at? Okay, 10%. Yeah, we'll last for we'll last for one more. Let's hope. Let's cross our fingers that my laptop doesn't die. Oh, look at this. Oh wow, I might have a potential trade for you guys. That's live, right? Actually, no, never mind. It looks good. It looks good. It could potentially reverse, but this is close to who knows what this is? This is live in the market right now, by the way. What are we looking at? This is a very weird type of, actually, I don't even think, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, this is a weird type of, let me delete this. How many are there in here? How many are we looking at? My eyes aren't working. One, two. This is like a, I don't think they have the exact pattern. This would be like a diamond or a top rectangle. I don't think we have it here though. In this one, I know what it is. Yeah, it's not. It's not the same. It's not a triple top. It's almost a triple top. Anyways, this is like these are more specific patterns. But let's just say, for the sake of it, I would personally trade this. This is pretty much like what we saw. It's not a double bottom. Head and shoulders. Kind of. Not really though, because the head is supposed to be the highest point. The shoulders should never be that much higher. So head and shoulders would be like this, right? Where the middle is the highest point. This is like a really ugly triple top. Not really though. Hold on. But I'll give you an example here because I don't really have time to look for another one. Unless we have. I'll look for a nice one. Oh, there's. Wow. Okay. Who knows what this is? This is a really obvious one. Like this is a trade that you take and you 100% make it because this is so obvious. I said that you can't find the perfect trend, but we just found one. You guys know what that is? Can you see? It's moving on the way down. Let's mark it up. This is a continuation pattern. All right. Over here, you can see it. This is a flag. We're gonna go enter our trend line. I hope you guys are at least learning how to use this, because this is fun to use as a beginner trader. I'm telling you, it's pretty nice. So you can see there's a slight angle, which would make this what? Yeah, just be a bearish flag, or more of a descending triangle. Actually, it's probably a descending triangle. If I make this a bit nicer, but okay. There we go. Just line it up with the wicks. There you go. So this will tell us that the structure is moving in a certain direction. Once it passes the zone, I could probably place a trade on the way down. This is the first, I think this is the first bearish pattern we have, right, guys? I'm pretty sure. So we're not going to do a long position. We're going to do a short position. And the short position would be from here. So you could see this would be the extreme. Our stop loss would be around here. So you guys can see it over there. Our stop loss usually lines up with the last triangle, and our take profit obviously is on the other end, and our entry price is right where it breaks structure. So, by the way, for all these structures, if you're kind of confused as to why they don't look exactly the same, it's because they never will. Like even for the triangle, it's really hard sometimes for it to actually connect like that. It's not really going to happen. You're going to get something a bit uglier like this, but it's still close enough, right? And you are trading at your own risk. This is why experts have way more indicators, because if I'm just trading off structure, I only have one indication that it's going to work, and that's just the chart pattern. But if I have RSIs or MACDs or other indicators that I'm using, it'll double, triple, or quadruple confirm that I should enter this trade. So that's a whole other training of indicators, but this is just structure to show you. So my stop loss in this case would be for the last triangle, which would be around, what is our chart? You can see, obviously, it's very much in your favor, right? This is not 3,109 pips, by the way, because gold is a bit different. Gold, their pip is the first decimal place, not the fourth, like in most currencies. But you can see that 3,109 versus 800. Your take profit is heavily in your favor. So would you say this is a successful trade? 100%. That's the last example I had to show you. And like I said, if you didn't understand this, then it's probably because you haven't gone into the education. And if you're brand new, that's completely fine. But this is a good lesson to just go into it. And then when you see patterns as you go through the university, you're going to understand what this means. So the major lesson with this training is you have to understand that when you're investing, structure leaves clues. There are always indications. There are always little hints that the market gives you as to where the market is going to move. And you have to get really good at identifying structure, okay? So you got to be able to look at different patterns and identify them right away. And that's going to be one level of, indication that will confirm your trades. As an example, if I look at RSIs, this is probably the most basic indicator, the relative strength index. And I add this on, let's add it on. If I wanted to confirm that, oh, I added two of them. Whoops. Okay. At this point over here, this is an indicator, by the way, that tells me if the market is underbought or oversold, or overbought, oversold, right? So if I'm looking at this point over here where the market's now moving down, at this point, my RSI was telling me that it was oversold, which doesn't really line up with where it headed. So I would probably not enter this trade if I was looking at more indicators, because I'm not getting that much confirmation that it's supposed to move. So that is one thing you should look at for sure. But yeah, this is also, you also have this smooth moving average over here, right? Which is showing you different things. So just letting you know, that's one thing to look at is structure, but that is not the whole story. There's a lot more to it if you want to become your own trader. But now you guys understand the value of having experts that do this thing for you. is that you don't have to do this yourself. But if you want to, obviously, then you can. So I'm just gonna exit out of this account. Okay. All right. So major takeaway, like I said, look into the university, study these things. You can learn how to trade on your own, but the good thing is that iGenius provides tools so that you don't have to. Our experts are doing all the work all the time. Are they 100% accurate? Of course not, nothing is, but they're getting really, really, really good results. And you have to look at things in the long term. Over time, if you're accumulating wealth and you're making money from your money, that's the best thing that you could be doing in 2022. So with that being said, team, I hope you gain some value. I know there's a lot of new people in here. So if you got lost or confused, don't worry about it. Trust me, I was that person 3.5 years ago. It took me multiple times even to learn how to enter an alert. And I was a book smart person, but I couldn't figure that out. So, I mean, everyone has their journey. You guys got it. You guys are going to crush it in this thing. So just, you know, make sure you stay tuned for all the trading trainings that we have. They're usually a lot more basic than this. And I wouldn't say this is that advanced, it's probably intermediate, but leave our advanced training to our experts on Learn Live. And I'll send it back to Daniel to close it off.
There you go. Can we say some thank yous in the chat? Can we see some thank yous? There you go. See, this is what actually the university, right, gives us and provides us is some education. Yeah, definitely. I seen Olivia's comment, power. Yeah, definitely. To be honest with you, I believe I still have a notebook here. When I first got started, just a little before I close it off, I actually did, you know, wrote down every single thing in the university. So if you are looking at me right now, right, looking like I don't know what I'm talking about, trust me, I even draw the candlesticks to the bone when I first got started as a customer here in iGenius. So definitely, university is the thing that you guys want to focus on, and the Learn Live with our market experts every single day. There is a Learn Live session there. Even if you miss, there are recordings that you guys can go to. So with that being said, we will see you guys on the next Trading Tuesday call. So that's pretty much it for me. And thank you, Christian, and thank you, GCC, for the wonderful calls that we do every single week. So peace out.